Greetings, this is me again, Zahra Jawad. So it was so nice to have thinking of my religion, and I was pulled by the verses, again to my Shia Islam, because I guess the Shias have seen this, right? Surah Mumtahanah verse that Prophet Muhammad never said to not have affection or to harm anyone, even if they are not from your faith, because the Surah Mumtahanah verses say this, right? Not to harm anyone. And first, like there are these contradictory verses, right? So against the disbelievers, hypocrites. Surah Tawbah, Surah Muhammad verse, and Surah Tawbah, find them, wait in ambush for them. Wherever you find them, kill them. Surah Azab verse, completely massacre them. So it was this good feeling I was getting that, am I going back to my religion again? Because I couldn't find an answer for this, right? So this is what, like, for as being Shia, when I was a Shia, I found my answer why we don't kill the Sunnis, because as they took Umar bin Khattab as their caliph, second caliph, and they never took any action against someone who wanted to burn or burnt the house of Prophet Muhammad's daughter Fatima and injured her. Now it is one of, last night I think it was one of the greatest nights for the Shias, also to mention that. So my heart was kind of pulled towards this religion, and I forgot about Surah Azab ayat 52, ayat 37, the other ayats which say, but they cause sedition, you see. So then here, if you read parts and you don't pay attention to the other parts, which, sometimes like they say, not to make friends, the ayats say, not to make friends with the Jews and the Christians, because they would want you to come into their religion. And there's a reason why. So we always thought that Allah had a good reason, and the disbelievers had expelled the Prophet and had harmed him and wanted to harm him and had caused sedition and were harassing him. So the Surah Mumtahanah ayats really make me want to stop and think, because this is where my Shia religion comes in. We don't let go of other verses, and that's why we don't go killing Sunnis. We look at the whole, we open all the verses. Like some, sorry to say, some Muslims, I've seen that they just think that, if the no intercession, some Muslims say there's no intercession. I've heard one say this to me, no intercession. And why would she say this to me? Because, she feels she knows her Quran. If you're Quran only people, or even if you're from your Hadith and Quran, Ahl Sunnah, like whoever she is, but she wasn't a Shia. She told me there's no intercession in the Quran. And that in intoxication, okay, let's make it very simple, but there are other things also. Some Sunni Muslims question. They don't question, they just say this is not in the Quran. It's not written, liquor is haram. Intoxicants, drinks and all are haram in the Quran. It's not written there. But in another ayat, it explains in Surah Araf like that. So intercession is allowed. There are some it is permissible. There are some ayats in the Quran which say intercession is allowed. But right now I cannot show you that ayats, are better safe that I remain in that ayat about liquor, intoxication, intoxicants, right? That I can show you very easily. So I think I would take that example. So now the Shias also thinking, because like this, in this, no, they don't say that intoxicants are not haram, because the haram word is not there. Yes, abominable is there, Satan, satanic works are there, influence is there, but it it doesn't say haram there. Then, like Imam Ali says, that when you find contradictory verses in the Quran, as he has said in Najul Balagha, then what seemingly contradictory verses in the Quran would make sense when you put them together. You take all the ayats which are about this, right? Let's say, wait in ambush for them and kill them. So, like my mother's cousin told me once that you have to read this particular ayat in context, and he's a Shia. So, wait in ambush and all this, read in context. What was the context? Did they expel? So here we are told in Surah Mumtahanah, perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies, among them affection, and Allah is competent and Allah is forgiving and merciful. Whereas about Abraham and his people, they said, well, there's enmity between us and you. But then the verse goes, and in Surah Mumtahanah, 60th chapter of the Quran, verse 7, says, perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies among them. You have been enemies among them. Now what Abraham and his people said, that enmity forever between you and us, right? But then the verse, now Prophet Muhammad has come, he's the seal of the prophets and he's the mercy. So perhaps that's why this verse has come down. Perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies, among them, you believers among them, from Abraham's people. If you read the ayat above, you will find out who. So we thought it was getting better. Or Yusuf Ali translation, it may be that Allah will grant love, in bracket, and friendship between you and those whom you now hold as enemies. So I was like, what a great religion. This is the greatest religion. We have it. Right? This was pulling me back to my Shias. Oh yes, my Shias have always kept me away from, fighting with having dialogue. Yes, if a Sunni brother comes and asks for a dialogue, we can't even be bad to our enemies like that. Wait in ambush and kill them. That's in circumstances where it gets too much to survive. They make life extremely difficult. Harassment and sedition and all this. So this is what we Shias were told. But even as Shias, if we live in Pakistan, in a Muslim country so-called, you see, they keep killing us, we keep having patience. They keep killing us, we keep having patience. Some of the extremists. Allah does not forbid you. Now another verse of Mumtahanah, Surah Mumtahanah, verse 8. Allah does not forbid you from those. I also have a heart. It was very, very painful for me to leave this religion. I want to burn all my bridges. Okay? So let's continue with the ayat. Allah does not forbid you from those who do not fight you because of religion, and do not expel you from your homes from being righteous toward them and acting justly toward them. Indeed, Allah loves those who act justly. Verse 9. Allah only forbids you from those who fight you because of religion and expel you from your homes and aid in your expulsion. Forbids that you make allies of them, friends of them. And whoever, sorry, this is a message. Okay. Vibrational sound. That you make allies of them, and whoever makes allies of them, then it is those who are the wrongdoers. So this explains why in certain conditions they had to, the Muslims, Mu'mineen, had to wait in ambush and kill them wherever you find them. For instance, now we have this ISIS problem going on, right? So we're waiting for our Imam Mahdi. Shias are waiting for their Imam Mahdi. So these kind of people we can, let's say, have a eye on, spy on, and go out and stop them, wait in ambush for them, and wherever we find them, kill them. Because they're not practicing the true religion of Prophet Muhammad. Right? Surah Mumtahanah verse is against them. Totally against them. The ISIS and these terrorists. And actually, it is not that you find, you go to 9 Twin Towers in America and you kill those innocent people. This is what our Shia religion, we were told again and again. My father used to say, I knew it very well since my early teenage years, that this is a religion of peace. But when all avenues, because knowing Imam Hussain, Karbala, we know that when all avenues of peace are closed, here it is saying it, Surah Mumtahanah, straight up. Right? So I was like, for a moment, I was like, I don't have an answer. I can, strike at their necks, and all this was getting too much for me until I had to see these verses. Until I found these verses, remember these verses in Surah Mumtahanah, that no, my religion was like this, my Shia religion. Forget the Surah Nur ayat right now, right? I forgot that. I forgot Surah Azab ayat. But what happened is what I remember today. So it's very clear now that you can't fight those, even if they are not against your religion. They don't fight you for religion or expel you from your homes and aid you aid in your expulsion, like a group of people or one of you. So act justly with them. And you can even be friends with them. It's only those Allah has forbidden that you make allies with, who fight you because of religion. If you have a personal quarrel, you cannot put your religion there and say, oh, she's a Christian and, you use her religion, like in Bibi Asia's case, like, people would treacherously in Pakistan. If a Christian and a Muslim are having a fight, it's not about religion, it's a personal matter. Right? Friends, a Christian and Muslim friend, it's a personal matter, it's not about religion. And it's not even like you can forgive and all this. You can have a discussion with your Christian friends about religion if you would like, but I would rather not. very few. Keep religion out of the friendship, right? So Allah only forbids you from those who fight you because of religion and expel you from your homes and aid in your expulsion. Forbids that you make allies of them. And whoever makes allies of them, then it is those who are the wrongdoers. 10. O you who have believed, when the believing women come. Okay, this is not important for this verse below. So until 9 of Surah Mumtahanah, I think, yeah, yes. The 9th verse, 8th verse, 7, yeah, it starts from 7th, right? Yeah. So these three verses are very important for me. As a Shia, when I was, these would come up. And not the Surah Tawbah, wait in ambush and all this. That we used to say, very severe cases where the Prophet's life is in danger. They've put the Prophet in danger, trapping him and all this, and they've all played a part, those groups which have played a part in doing that. Wait in ambush for them. They want to kill the Prophet, they want to fight your religion, they want to completely finish this religion without proper, just, to say no, this religion, and not hypocritically, but truthfully, that no, Muhammad's religion is a false religion. So Shias and some moderate Muslims and true Muslims who are moderately, because this tells us to be moderate. This tells us, yes, our religion, this appeals to our humanity, right? If they haven't fought you for your religion, for expelling you from your homes and aiding in expelling you from your homes, perhaps Allah will, here it says don't fight them. Don't take, you can have affection and take them as, perhaps Allah will put affection for you. And there has certainly been for you and them an excellent pattern. Oh, this about Abraham's. 7. It starts with Surah Mumtahanah 7. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies among them. So even better than Abraham and his people, we thought we are Shias who have understood this is the true Islam, upholding the true Islam. If you're a Sunni and you're upholding this kind of Islam, perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies among them affection. So who have been enemies among you? Idol worshippers? Here, the clue is here. The actual, what clue? It is very clear. Who are these? There is for you an excellent example. If you read this ayat number, I have to go up. 4, Mumtahanah 4, right? Who are these? And above also. So you can read these ayats. I'm going slow. I guess I have to go slow so that you understand what I left behind. What I left behind. Sorry about that. What I left behind. Never will your relatives or your children benefit you. Yes, and because Allah is enough for you. O you who believe, take not my enemies and yours as friends or protectors, offering them your love, even though they have rejected the truth that has come to you, and have, on the contrary, driven out the Prophet. Very important points here. Like, you just don't give this part of the verse. Like, for example, when taking Surah Nur ayat 33, I had to take the last part very seriously and take the full, they would say, Shias would say, but here it says keep chaste and everything. Okay, so I don't know how to say this. So you see, you have to look at it. Shias would say, but here it says keep chaste. How can there it say? It's not like that. This ayat, like, oh, you who believe, it completes, like, take not my enemies and yours as friends or protectors, offering them, take not my enemies. Rasulullah is what? Stands for Islam, right? He doesn't stand for a personal life of his. Offering them your love, even though they have rejected the truth that has come to you. But it shouldn't stop here. And have on the, because then the later verses say, perhaps Allah will put affection, and so you can take them as allies who have not fought you for your religion and expelled you. So here we cannot just concentrate on this one part of the ayat. We have to take other parts of the ayats into consideration. That's why we cannot just concentrate on this part like I do on Surah Nur ayat 33, last part. Excuse me. Truth that has come to you and have on contrary have not driven out the Prophet. No, wait a minute. And have on the contrary driven out the Prophet. Sorry, my correction. And yourselves from your homes, like we were told, Makkans, idol worshippers did, and confiscated the property, that things, household things, right? Simply because you believe in Allah, your Lord. If you have come out to strive in my way and to seek my good pleasure, take them not as friends. So there are conditions here. Holding secret converse of love and friendship with them, for I know full well all that you conceal and all that you reveal, and any of you that does this has strayed from the straight path. So those who have not expelled you, their conditions, and the Prophet they expelled, and if they don't expel you for your religion simply because you say you believe in Allah, okay, then all these ayats, right, never will. So this is how the Shias used to take it, and some Muslims also. There has already been for you an excellent pattern. We are told here what the people of Abraham did, right? We are clear there's enmity between you and us forever. Animosity and hatred forever until you believe in Allah alone. So we are told, so looking at these ayats, I would say that, oh, Muslims are the best. We Shias who uphold this kind of peace, we don't fight those who don't fight, come for our lives, expel us, don't, fight against us for our religion, who are not threatening us, not harassing us, not saying leave because you are Muslims. We should not fight them. Simple as that, right? So anything I've missed, sorry. Now I'll go here. I remember the ayat, right, today, that those who believe in Allah, no, something like Allah will love them and replace you for them, right? So I found that ayat in Surah Maidah. And guess what else I found in Surah Maidah after this ayat? I found, and whoever is an ally of Allah, friend of Allah, and His messenger, and those who have believed, indeed the party of Allah, again Hezbollah, they will be the predominant. What does it say here? to my great shock again as a ex-Shia, I want. Should I have? No. Maybe I've made a mistake and I should go back to my religion, right? But what has happened here is that, see, okay, here we get 55 verse. Back to you. No, not back, but here where I was thinking of your. No, not 55. Your ally is none but Allah. Here it says Allah is your friend, and therefore His messenger and those who have believed, those who establish prayer and give zakah and they bow in worship. Please have patience with me, yes? I'll just, so this is Imam Ali according to Shia, and maybe what Rasulullah said about this verse. Back to this one that I remember today, 54. I haven't read this out. So first I went to Mumtahanah verse. Surah Maidah verse 54. O you who have believed, whoever of you should revert from his religion, meaning leave his religion, apostates, Allah will bring forth in place of them a people He will love and who will love Him, who are humble toward the believers, powerful against the disbelievers. Powerful against the disbelievers. So I wanted to know what this means. Again, the disbelievers may not be giving you problems. They may be going on in their life wanting to just, be scientists or be do something in their life, right? But why? So I wanted to see, will they? What kind of power against the disbelievers who have not given you trouble? So Surah Mumtahanah, I have to go back again. These disbelievers, you cannot wait in ambush and start striking at their, because Imam Hussein has taught the Shias that when all avenues of peace are closed and they come to attack you, or they cause sedition against you, and they then first what you do, first you talk to them, you send messages, you have a dialogue, you sit, you invite them, steps, conditions, right? We have conditions. You just can't go and attack them. Even though if they are causing sedition against Islam, you can just not go and attack them. First, like Hazrat Musa was told in the Quran ayats were told, it's written, we are told, right? Recorded or whatever that even to Pharaoh, okay, you'll say that 1400 years have passed. Maybe these people still are like Pharaoh. The Abrahamic religion has been from Adam. So even then you cannot go and attack them. First send messages kindly. We would like to have a dialogue with you. Like Sunni and Shias, sit and have a dialogue. No, one has decided that we will never get truth from this Shias. They are liars. Sunni Muslims have decided that we are in taqiyya and all this. This is not the way of Prophet Muhammad, of a great person also, right? How can you decide? One who is reciting kalma and who believes in Prophet's, not only Prophet but his progeny, daughter Fatima Zahra. Now it's a long story about the Shias I can advocate, right? But not right now. So sorry, Shias. because you missed some parts also. So, powerful against the disbelievers. Yes, Shias would give me Surah Mumtahanah and say, oh wow, we have, 12 Imams and Zahra, I've also advocated for the Shias, right? Until I found out what this religion is about. So, you know how it has betrayed us? So those Shias going, oh God, what is she saying? I'm really sorry, it is not Imam Ali, we are told. Someone spat at his face in the battle and he turned away. He didn't strike him, his enemy in the battle, the one who spat at him, the one who abused him. So I care for you people, I don't know, but let's say the truth, for the truth's sake. This is not now personal, right? This is about truth seekers. So you can say, oh, Zahra, you are misguiding now. But don't you think already there are Sunnis? But we all now are you really living in peace without conflict? So aren't some Sunnis giving you problems in Pakistan? Okay, and what else is there? What is the other reason I'm doing this? मुझे आपके दिल को सदमा नहीं देना है, लेकिन देखें उन लोगों के लिए जब हम भी when we cry for Imam Hussain or an oppressed, right, we remember, or a distressed person. Imam Ali has said about distressed people how we should listen to them. Our great Gunai Kabira get erased, forgiven. So today I'm not here again कि आपके दिल को मैं सदमा, give you that shock of your life. I myself am shocked. So I would like to understand these ayats, sharing. If an ayat comes that tells me, yes, this religion is true, you would say in Surah Mumtahanah, some ayats have come. Okay, I understand that. Some ayats have come. And I'm going to go deeper into it and find out. So because here it says powerful against the disbelievers. Which disbelievers? Because in Surah Mumtahanah it says, those who have not fought you for your religion, perhaps Allah will bring affection between you two, so we can give them a chance, right? And we can be friends with Christians, Jews, idol worshippers, This is what the ayat is saying. As long as they don't fight you about your religion. And even if they fought you about your religion, let's say a friend and had a discussion, that's not a fight. They're Christians, they're Christians. And so they've not expelled you, they've made you friends. They've made you friends. So they've not expelled you, or even a wafer, Christian going about his own work, not expelled you from your home. If they come and ask you about your religion, it's okay. It's okay. We Shias were told of when all avenues of peace. So you say you are not interested in, there are some missionary Christians. You can say to them, sorry, I'm not interested in this religion. I understand what you're trying to tell me about through the Bible, that Jesus Christ, for example, some lady, she stopped me long time ago when I was a child, young in London, and she said, look, this Bible says that Jesus Christ has said, open your heart, right? Something like this. When I heard, then I couldn't find it in the Bible, but I found this same phrase this lady was trying to show me, and I couldn't see it in the Bible like she was showing me. And she left. And I went my way, and never again did anyone come to me like this, harassing me or saying about their religion. Never. I just heard her. I was going to, to the shops. And so what? This doesn't mean you go fighting the Christians or anything. This is not a fight, they haven't given you a fight against your religion. They've just stopped you to tell you, and she didn't even ask me if I was a Muslim or what. She just told me, in this Bible it says Jesus has said, open your heart. That phrase I found in Jesus of Nazareth when he tells Judas Iscariot, Judas, open your heart, not your mind. I think something like that. In Jesus of Nazareth. Okay, so now we have to be very careful. And why isn't he careful? Powerful against the disbelievers. What do you mean by that? They strive in the cause of Allah and do not fear the blame of a critic. Like, these, let's say the Sunnis say, oh, Shias do this, that. We do not fear the blame of a critic. Because we know what Imam Hussein gave us, what Imam Ali gave us, right? That is the favor of Allah. He bestows it upon whom He wills, and Allah is all-encompassing and knowing. Oh, they beat themselves and all this. We don't. We just stay away from that. The criticism we stay away from. We do our own thing. So, but some Shias may, not even hypocrites and all this, not true Shias. They have their end with Allah. Allah will bring forth in place of them a people He will love and who will love Him. Okay, so let's see the previous ayat, like powerful against the disbeliever. And then you may apply the Mumtahanah ayats. And those who believe will say, are these the ones who swore by Allah their strongest oaths, that indeed they were with you? Their deeds have, some of our Shias are, not doing the Shia thing. Their deeds have become worthless and they have become losers. So we take Imam Ali, as a friend. O you who have believed, whoever of you should revert from his religion, Allah will bring forth in place of them a people who will love and who will love Him. A people He will love and who will love Him. Right? So I wanted to see, because in Surah Jumu'ah, Allah has blamed the Jews for being allies of Allah, claiming to be allies of Allah, excluding all other. Let's be just, right? To the Jews. Because I want to know whether this Allah I believed in so much. But, okay, I did not practice everything they said, He has said, asked us to. But I did my best, and sometimes I faltered. I was lazy, I was ignorant, I was negligent. Not ignorant, but negligent. Right? Careless, and I've maybe taken this religion for granted, Shia religion, Shia Islam. Okay, so then what happens is, when I went further into the ayats, your ally is none but Allah, and therefore His messenger. And those who have believed, those who establish prayer and give zakah while they bow in worship. This is the Shia translation of this Arabic. Because Imam Ali was the one, we are told, who have believed. Only Imam Ali. Those who establish prayer. In prayer, they give zakat. When there's a hadith, Jibril came and asked for something, and Imam Ali in ruku, when he was bowing in ruku, while in ruku, they give zakah. So Imam Ali put his hand out, and Jibril took the ring from his finger. So there's a difference between, if you are a non-Muslim, there's a difference between how the Shias translate this ayat and how the Sunni Muslims, the rest of the non-Shia Muslims, translate this ayat. But here they say while he bowed in worship, meaning in ruku. He was in ruku. So does it say sajda or does it say bowing, meaning in ruku? Paid the alms while bowing down, while they bowed down. So Imam Ali was in prayer. No, oops, not 56, right? I went to. O you who have believed, take not those who have taken your religion in ridicule and amusement among the ones who were given the scripture before you, nor the disbelievers as allies, and fear Allah if you should truly be believers. What's it? Okay, if now it's you see, I just my hand just sorry, I'm supposed to click on 56. I clicked on 57. Now also, but do not take them as allies, your allies. O you who believe, take not for awliya, protectors and helpers, those who take your religion for a mockery and fun from among those who received the scriptures, Jews and Christians, before you, nor from among the disbelievers. And fear Allah if you indeed are believers. So if they mock your religion and all this, do not take them as friends. That's verse 57. Sorry, it's not 56, just after the other verse I read. Now I go back to verse 56, which I haven't read, or have I? And whoever is an ally of Allah and His Messenger, and those who have believed, indeed the party of Allah, they will be the predominant, victorious. So Ali, Prophet Muhammad's hadith is there for Shias, from the Shia side, or maybe in Sunni hadith sources, I don't know. Oh Ali, you and your believers are triumphant. You and your Shias are triumphant. Rasulullah says. Now, doesn't look at this ayat, right? And whoever is an ally of Allah and His Messenger and those who have believed. Who will decide this? How did Jews decide? How did, first of all, Jews decide that they are allies of Allah? And how did they claim? Because here again, before that the verse says that Allah is their friend, but here this verse 56 says, and whoever is an ally of Allah, friend of Allah and His Messenger. So you are allowed to be an ally of Allah firstly, right? So then tomorrow you Shias will tell me that I left this religion for just looking at those ayats, the way the Christians, these evangelists are coming up with, or not going deeply on my own, or being affected by some thing. You won't believe me, because you know, it has been very, very painful to leave this religion and to see the truth. How we will forget those people, Jews and Christians, and how Muhammad took jizya from them unjustly, how he married their women, killing their husbands and their fathers. So you're not going to now. No Muslim can say that we cannot be allies of Allah. And whoever is an ally of Allah, see, 55 verse of Surah Maidah, 5th chapter. Your ally is none but Allah. Here you can say, well, Allah can be your friend, but we cannot be friends of Allah, right? Now another ayat I'm showing you, that you can be friends of Allah, you mu'mineen, believers. Here it says, your ally is none but Allah, and therefore His messenger, and those who have believed, those who establish prayer and give zakah while they bow down. Okay, reading it like a Shia. I understand Imam Ali is the only one who is your friend. Allah, His messenger, and Imam Ali. Surah Maidah verse 55. Shias, you know very well this verse. Number you know very well. You are Quran Hafiz, you know very well what it. Your friend is only God and His messenger and the believers who perform the prayer and pay the alms and bow them, and while they bow. Arbery, sorry all. I'm reading the Shia way, right? While they bow, not and they bow. Now Shias, whichever way you come, right? Understood? Your friend is only God, His messenger, meaning Muhammad. And I get it, messenger is Muhammad. And the believers, Imam Ali, only one among the believers. The true believer, only one. Imam Ali was the true believer, who performed the prayer here while and paid the alms, who was performing the prayer, paying the alms while bowing down. Okay? I'm with the Shias in this. And whoever, now 56th verse, and whoever is an ally of Allah and His messenger, and those who have believed. Now Imam Ali is in that 555. Surah Maidah, verse 55, 555, 555. Allah is your friend, and Rasulullah is your friend, and Imam Ali is your friend. Shias. Okay, Azan has started, I have to pause. Okay, the prayer call has ended. Now we come to Shias. This is especially for you. I haven't gone to Akapuya Multilingual Quran. Once Shia Islam is gone, finished. We are finished. So Momino, you did Matam of Haider Karar. Yes? How fair is your Allah. 62, Surah Jumu'ah. Today is Friday, verse 6. What a coincidence. Anyone believing in coincidences? Try it one day. Sayyid Shia Sayyid who told me that. Okay, forget that. Say, O you who are Jews, if you claim that you are allies of Allah, oh my God, adrikni, adrikni, adrikni. Where is Imam Mahdi? 3 times I was told, do this, Imam Mahdi will come. Imam Mahdi only comes for the true believers. Me, gunegar, sinful. I really mean it. Guilty. Say, O you who are Jews, if you claim that you are allies of Allah, now no Shia can say that, because here that they have wronged themselves by saying they are friends of Allah. Remember, I made a mistake long time ago showing you two ayats, another ayat that said, "Oh, you who Allah is your friend." Now, you will say, "Yes, Allah is their friend," but who tells you, Shias here? Who tells you, Muslims, Mu'mineen? And whoever is an ally of Allah, here it is not Allah is their ally, that is gone. That is 55 verse. Here it says, and thus, whoever, I'm just putting thus, and whoever is an ally of Allah and His Messenger and those who have believed, meaning Imam Ali. Indeed, the party of Allah, they will be the predominant, victorious. Sahih International, predominant, Pictorial, the victorious. And what did Rasulullah say? Yusuf Ali certainly triumph. You are, O Ali, you and your Shias are the triumphant. Shakir, triumphant. This means that the Shias are the allies of Allah, excluding all others. Please look at these verses. Here we have, you Shias are the allies of Allah, His Messenger, and those who have believed, Imam Ali. Aren't you? Excluding all others. And what else does it say? It's not important, but they will be the triumphant. How come here this? For the Jews, allies of Moses, allies of Allah, claiming to be allies of Allah. Unfair. So you can give me that donkey verse, but don't tell me that some of the Jews could not claim that they were allies of Allah. Since some of the Muslims can claim to be allies of Allah here in this verse. Direct. Right? Very direct. Not only allies of Allah, but the Messenger and the one who has believed. And that one, for the Shias, it's only Imam Ali. What are they? They are also called the party. Surely the party of Allah, they will be the predominant. This whole party. Now, how come this Allah is so unfair to the Jews when their Moses isn't even present? And you know very well that the messenger of Allah, this messenger of Allah came after many years of Musa, even many years of Isa ibn Maryam. Gap is there. But don't tell me that some Jews who did not, who fulfilled this criteria given here. For the Jews, there's another criteria given how they can be friends of Allah. So you Shias, you can be friends of Allah. You are friends of Allah because, and whoever is an ally of Allah, you've already recognized this believer, those who have believed, Imam Ali. Bas, you are the friend of Allah, and surely this party is triumphant. And whoever takes Allah, and whoever is an ally of Allah, friend of Allah, and His messenger, friend of His messenger, and Imam Ali, and those who have believed, according to Shia's Imam Ali, indeed the party of Allah. So again, and whoever is an ally of Allah, Muslims can claim to be allies of Allah, excluding all others. So how I found this verse today, remembered it, and putting it forth to you to see. And next time, let's see what happens. You decide if this Allah has been fair enough. Who are the Jews? Are they also not believers in the Abrahamic prophets, mentioned in the Quran, some of them by name? And if they fulfill their criteria, which this Quran also has for the friends of Allah, can they not call themselves friends of Allah, excluding all others? So how fair is this? Allah, tell me. As a Shia now, I'm asking. Forget ex-Shia. Right? For a moment. Let's say I discovered this as a Shia right now. I'm going to leave this religion because you haven't explained it to me. I want my Allah is just. And there's another principle in the Shia Islam, that Allah is just. This is the name of Allah, very important for the Shias. It is in the principle, one of the Furu'id-Din or Usul-Din, pillars of Islam. Allah is just. Now you tell me, from these two Quran ayats, if you find something else, that the reason why Allah said that Jews claim to be friends of Allah, excluding all others. You mean, oh, because they were, some of them were hypocrites, but don't we Shias have some hypocrites? But still we have friend of Allah, right? Excluding all others. So there must have been some Jews who were sincere in their religion. You could have said that something like, put it in a different way, that now that Rasulullah has come and you don't recognize this messenger of yours from the Mosaic laws, Torah, you don't recognize him, and still now you are claiming to be friends of Allah after Imam Ali has come and this, and Imam Ali, you don't recognize. Or something like this they could have put. Allah could have put. Not they. Allah. The sovereign, we said this to them. Meaning Allah, the sovereign, the just. Now, anyone? So have a look at this, contemplate for some days, as I will be doing too, on this point of mine, and see if our Allah is just. Okay? Thank you very much. I will come back later to discuss another point of Islam or Quran ayats discrepancies.